So what exactly is Figma and why do I use it for my website designs? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to dive more into Figma today, explain why I use it, what I use it for, and some of the reasons I really enjoy the platform. So first off, what is Figma? Figma is a web-based platform that allows you to really nail down the UI and UX design of a website or an app or whatever it is that you're creating. It allows you to not only give that user experience of the design, but it also allows you to prototype your designs. So that's kind of a short summary of what Figma is, but I really wanted to share with you guys a few of the things that I use it for and why I've decided to stick with this platform for my website design prototyping. Now, before I jump into sharing with you why I love Figma, I have a quick less than 1 minute video of an amazing tool that Bluehost is now offering. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick and I'll be right back. If you have been to my channel before, you know that I talk a lot about website design. Bluehost has a new AI website creator. The first thing that we're going to do is sign up for a Bluehost account. Now that we have the WordPress installed, I'm going to show you guys how the website creator works. So the first thing that we're going to do is tell it some details about the design. I recommend that you make sure to give it some details on the colors that you like, on the overall vibe and style that you like. After a few more questions, it now generates 3 different versions of the website. Version 3 is our best bet. Let's start with that and continue on to editing it on our own. So here is what the website looks like now that I've made all of my edits and my additions. It's a really helpful tool for people who want to get started in web design. Check out Bluehost. Okay, so that is just a little bit of insight into how AI is now becoming a part of our website design world, which I know is scary, and I get a lot of questions on if I feel if AI is going to be taking over, and to be completely honest, I do not think it's anywhere near that. I have played around with lots of AI web platforms, and although I think that this new AI tool within Bluehost is awesome, I still needed to go in there and add my creative touch and make it feel like a unique website that is not cookie cutter. I truly believe that the human experience and our intelligence, our emotional intelligence, is what makes a design really unique and awesome to look at. So I'm not worried at all about AI taking over. However, I do feel that we can use a lot of tools to help our process or to get those creative juices flowing. And I think that's one of the reasons that Bluehost tool is pretty nice. If you are stuck on a website design, you want to see what an AI can create and how you can build off of that and maybe use some sections as ideas in your web design, then I'm all for using tools like that to really help you get started. But with that said, I really wanted to get back into why I love Figma and why I love to brainstorm the creative process with website designs to make it a really unique, amazing product. Number one reason that I love to use Figma is because it is a collaborative tool. So what I mean by that, and I know that Adobe XD and a lot of other tools offer this, but I've never quite had it as intuitive as Figma, and especially for clients that maybe are not as technically advanced, or maybe they just want a really to the point way of commenting and leaving you feedback. And I truly feel that Figma offers that experience in a very easy to use way. So I love the collaborative experience on Figma. I love the fact that I can not only comment, but I can also have them add images. If they need an image replaced on the design, they can easily add that to the comment and I can replace that image with a click of a button. It saves me so much time and it allows me to create a design that I know is exactly what my clients want. So I love that part about it, and it's one of the reasons I decided to stick with it instead of trying other tools, and I think that you guys are really gonna love it too. One thing to note though, and to let your clients know if they are going to leave feedback, is that they do have to log in to and create an account with Figma to leave that feedback. I like to just let them know that it's not going to send them anything or be annoying to them. It's just a way for them to collaborate with the design. Another reason that I love to use Figma is because of the prototyping options. So one of the cool features of Figma is that when you create a frame and you start to design, you can actually select prototyping and you can either put the design in a desktop format, in a MacBook format, on an iPhone, whatever it is that you're designing, you can actually see how it looks in a real life form. And I know for designers, this is so helpful. And also it's helpful for your clients as well, because a lot of the times when we're designing, it's not going to be the full scale of what it's going to look like when it's in the actual device. And I've ran into that issue when I use Adobe XD, that when they would see it on the actual design and then when it was actually fully built out, it looked either slightly larger, or maybe the fonts, they'd constantly change me to increase the font size, but really that was because it was scaled out so far. But with the prototyping feature in Figma, they're able to see exactly how it'll look each section when the viewer is scrolling through the page. And also, if you have videos on your website or GIFs on your website, that'll play on the prototyping. That was a huge issue I ran into with Adobe XD, is that it wouldn't play those, so they wouldn't see the movement and the full product of what it is that I was showing them. So that is another huge reason that I love Figma. Now, another feature of Figma that I know my developer really appreciates is the fact that it allows you to add plugins like Avocode and Zeppelin, which allows the developer to see everything they're going to need to know, whether that's specs or exporting or any of that information for the coding. They're able to get that so easily from Figma, and it just gives them a better experience and gives them everything they need to develop a website that looks identical to what you've designed. And I know that my developer really appreciates it, so the handoff process is so much easier. And I don't really like to do the coding part of things, I like to focus on the design part of things, but knowing that the communication for the developing side is taken care of because of Figma really gives me peace of mind to know that they're going to be creating a site that really just brings it all together. So I love the fact that not only do they have plugins for the coding side of things and the developing side of things, but also plugins to add icons and plugins to add any sort of specific elements of the website. You can directly do that within the Figma platform instead of going through millions of browser tabs and having all that open. It's really nice that you can have it natively within the Figma browser. So I also love that part about it. One of the questions I get all the time is, why do I design before developing? One of the reasons that I like to design and show them the overall prototype before going and building it on WordPress or Show It or Squarespace or wherever I'm building it is because I want to make sure that they like the look of the site, that they like the layout of the site, that they like the sections, the colors, all of that before I go and make it functional. I have found for myself that it's so much easier to really plug in and not communicate with the client during the development part, because I've already communicated with them during the design part, we've collaborated, we know exactly how it's going to look when it's fully built out. And then when it comes to the developing part, whether it's me doing it or my developer doing it, I know that we're going to be creating what we've already agreed on. It saves me so many rounds of revisions. It saves me from having to recode things like color codes or fonts or uploading all that. It saves me from all of that when I get it done in that initial phase of the designing and prototyping. So I get that question a lot. I know everyone's process is different and there's tons of ways that you can do this, but I have found for me that that works the best, and my clients typically do appreciate the collaborative experience that they get with the design part, because at the end of the day, that's what they care about, is that they can plug in the copy, that everything looks good, and that they know how it's going to look when it's handed off to them. So that is why I like to do that. And I do typically design my websites on WordPress. And if you want me to create another video on that, definitely let me know. I have tons of videos already on that, which I'll link right above here. And let me know if you enjoyed this video by giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. And what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see a WordPress development? Do you want to see how I actually design on Figma? Let me know, and thank you so much for being here.